my name is Kennedy. I already have recorded a little bit on my MacBook. Now I'm on my GoPro, and I'm sorry that the quality isn't that great. I'm waiting for a camera to actually come in the mail, which I'm super excited about. But anyways, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my pregnancy. I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of backstory about it again. The MacBook version isn't as high quality, and hopefully this turns out better than that one. Fingers are crossed. Ignore me and my scrubs today. I was actually cleaning all day. Just put a bunch of stuff in the washer, and so I have a second, so I thought I was here and record real quick. So first of all, I am 14 weeks and 5 days. Yep, 14 weeks and 5 days. Pregnant. I found out I was pregnant August 31st, which was a huge shocker because it was not planned. But before all of that, I'm just going to introduce myself and my fiance because we are engaged now. We got engaged October 12th. We were getting pictures taken actually for our baby announcement because I announced on Halloween, right around week 12, that I was pregnant, and he popped the question during pictures, and I will put those pictures inside of this vlog as well, just so people can see that as well. But anyways, Logan and I have been together for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in May, which is crazy. So we're due May 14th. My birthday is May 8th, and then we started dating May 20th, so it's gonna be a crazy May this year, and happy birthday to me. But anyways, we kind of started off on and off just because we met when I was, I think, around 17, 16, right around that age. I believe he was still 15 years old. He is a year younger than me, so I did drive him around a little bit. But anyways, so that's a little bit backstory of us. I don't want to get too into detail with this one. When he decides he wants to show his face in a vlog, that'll be the day. But until then, you guys really won't know too much about him. This is basically just going to be my first pregnancy vlog. This is my first kid. I've never had any miscarriages or complications, so that is also just a note. So we found out that I was pregnant on August 31st. I actually was going to the doctor because it was a 24-hour bug where it progressed really, really fast. I could feel it in my lungs. I get pneumonia very easily, so I was like, we need to go to the doctor. So we ended up going to the walk-in, and a week before this, I had a physical, I believe. Or I actually was getting ready to go on birth control. I was going to go and try out the NuvaRing. Obviously, it didn't get to that, but I did take a test the week prior to this, and it was negative, so I really wasn't thinking much of it. But when you have pneumonia, they like to kind of take an x-ray of your lungs, and so she wanted to just double check and make sure that I wasn't pregnant, and she came back in, and it was crazy. She came in and just kind of looked at me and was like, so your pregnancy test came back, and it came back positive, and I lost it. I'll show you my reaction in the video. I will tag it in there once I start editing it, but
dude, you're literally the first person I'm telling this to. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm fucking and I shouldn't be, but I'm so happy. Because I thought I was able to have him. Just show me your face. He's not really liking it. You're not excited. Are you mad? You better not be mad at me.
For the doctor that looks at these ultrasounds to show that it's in your uterus where it needs to be. So Dan's pretty excited too.
Oh, yeah.
Aw. Does he have any kids or is this his first?
Oh, it's his
Aw.
Okay, listen guys. We got a little description of what Kennedy's baby looks like.
Hey, go back to bed.
Good night. I don't feel good. So, anyways, sorry I had to get a snack. But anyways, so yeah, but I'm gonna open this up. This has all my fun stuff. This was my test from the day that I found out I was pregnant, which still has the date right here, which is why I've kept it, and it does say positive, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's really faint. But anyways, so the test date was August 31st, and it says HCG positive. I was in a lot of shock when she came back and told me that, of course, naturally. I actually never thought I could have kids. I was being tested for endometriosis because my periods were always so bad, and I was always in so much pain. So I just basically wanted to stop trying, but here is just some of the papers that the hospital sent home with me saying that I'm pregnant, things that are probably gonna happen when the symptoms, what I should be doing, stuff like that. Still have all of that. And then I do have tests, let's see if I put them in order, that show my progression because I didn't actually believe I was pregnant, and a lot of them are really faint. So this was the same day that I found out I was pregnant at the doctor's, so August 31st, and it's super duper duper faint. I will tag pictures of these as well, just so you get a better get to see it better. This was first morning pee of September 2nd. The line is barely there as well. I'll tag the picture. This was September 4th, and this line is definitely there, but the picture itself that I took is a lot clearer, so obviously I'll tag it. And this is the one that really gets me every single time, as I'm gonna break it. And this one does read straight digital, and it says pregnant. So those are the tests. I have kept them in this little black box since I have taken them, along with the papers. But yeah, so that is the tests. I'm going to just show you a couple books and things that I have already, and then I'll show you obviously some ultrasound pictures. And then I'm going to go through and kind of talk about the weeks and catch you up to speed again. Most of the weeks are kind of the same, but some of them are different. But I highly recommend these books. I have enjoyed this one especially. It's called The First Time Mom's Pregnancy Journal. It's just super cute. Has a lot of activities, like, so in month 3, so weeks 9 to 12, it's, so size comparison is a plum, as I'm throwing that as well. It asks you, if you think you know the baby's gender. I personally think it's a boy. Logan thinks that it's a girl, and so does my mom, and my mom is most of the time right. So if it's a girl, obviously I'll be excited. I'll be excited for either or. I have a lot of cute names for them. But yeah, just a bunch of activities, like cool pictures, like this is the 2nd trimester, so this is what I'm doing now. But yeah, I really like this book. It's by Aubrey Grosson. I highly recommend it. So if you're a first-time mommy, look for this. It was at the bookstore BAM. I do live in Michigan, the Mitten State, so bookstores are different. So I got that book, and then I also got this really big, I'm pregnant, and it's a week-by-week guide from conception to birth. Really into depth pictures. It talks about birth and like things that you need to be doing every week. I really like this book. I've really liked it the whole time. Haven't read it, I want to say, in like 3 weeks, so I should probably do that. And my sister is also pregnant right now. She's 8 weeks ahead of me. She's due March 18th. She got me and Cassidy the typical What to Expect When You're Expecting book. I really like it. It goes along with my app that I have on my phone. But yeah, it talks about like breakouts, what can help them when you're pregnant, because as you can see, I'm dealing with it. And then this is also just a pregnancy journal that goes along with that book. I have filled it out a little bit, not as much as the other one, just because it's not as fun. But yeah, so then I got this as a gift from my grandma to put on our tree. So with the ultrasound that I get tomorrow, which is November 20th, I will be putting in this. And you just put the ultrasound picture in there. It says, "So sweet, so small, so loved," and it's a Hallmark keepsake. Says the year. So when you're expecting the year, so 2019 is this year, but I think that's super cute. She got it for me. I love it. Definitely going to use it. This is also already a gift from my grandma as well. It's called The Amazing Story of Me. I think it's just kind of a baby book. You put pictures, probably some ultrasound pictures in here. I haven't opened it yet, as you can see. I'm waiting to do that until probably tomorrow, which is weird, but I've just kind of been holding back on a lot of things just because there's the risks and everything. Also, my favorite little onesie. I did go gender neutral with everything. This says "New to the Crew." We use that in our baby announcement photos. I also got some other onesies that would be gender neutral, so like an all gray one, this, and some like arrows. And then I also, from my grandma, my very first onesie that I got, it's not really a onesie, but I thought it was super cute. It's like a Snuggie, super soft. It says Mama and Dada on it. But yeah, so I'm really excited about it. Those are just a couple of things that I have gotten. I've also gotten just little homemade items, like a pacifier clip. It's gray with some swirlies and arrows on it. So there's that. And then we went to a craft show this past weekend, and I thought this thing was just the cutest little thing. It's got a cute little deer on it. It's blue and pink, so it's gender neutral, which is what I wanted. It's just a little pocket as well, so I just think it'd be cute to be like the tooth fairy. They put a tooth in it when they get to that age, so yeah. So those are some of the things that I have gotten so far, and then we will get into symptoms. My period tracking app that I was using before I got pregnant was called Glow. It looks like this right here. It's a big G. I also used Ovia and Flow just because they all just gave me different insights. Anyways, this is literally a folder for my pregnancy right here. I'm using the Baby Center Nurture, which is a Glow. It's part of the Glow app. It goes off of my period app, which I really like. I'm using the Ovia Pregnancy, What to Expect, and then I just downloaded, because I heard a lot of good things on other people's vlogs, that Pregnancy Plus was really good, which looks like this little boogie. Just shows really good graphics and stuff like that, and I am into that kind of stuff, so yeah. But anyways, so when I found out I was pregnant, I was right around week 3, so there really wasn't much symptoms. I had pneumonia, so I was on amoxicillin at that time. I'm getting a little stuffed up as well. The weather is changing here in Michigan. So my starting out weight was 128.8 pounds. I just have tracked my weight different weeks, just to kind of keep track of what I'm gaining and if I'm gaining, you know, just to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. But at week 3, I was really tired, I was really moody, I was really emotional. I know all of this as a fact. I had a frequent headache, so every single day I would have the worst headache I have ever experienced in my entire life, and that kind of stayed there for right around week 4. I also had tender breasts as well, and I had mild and light cramping, and that was up until week 5. Week 5 is when I really kind of started changing. I was still moody. I started having occasional nausea and morning sickness to where I was getting sick. I was really tired all the time. Same thing with my breasts. I started having frequent urination, especially in the middle of the night. I'd probably wake up at least once or twice right around week 5 through 8. And I did start getting a little constipated and bloated and dizzy when I would get up. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, so week 6 is when I had my first ultrasound, just to confirm that everything was going okay. I went to this free pregnancy care center just to clarify that everything was great and looked great. And at this time, the baby's heart rate was 137, which was really good. But anyways, the baby is literally the smallest little thing you could ever see right there. I called it a jalapeno at this stage, just because my uterus was shaped as a jalapeno. I'll also just put pictures in as well, just so that you can see them better. I'm just trying to go through this as fast as possible. I don't want to have like an hour-long video and bore you guys to death. During that week 6, I had that done. There really wasn't anything that changed. My morning sickness did get a little more extreme. I got sick a little more frequently. Week 7, this is being sick, I weighed 125.6 pounds at 7 weeks. I was anxious and happy is what my mood was. Let's see if there's anything different. Oh, I had excessive saliva that week and also morning sickness. And if I remember correctly, right around this week, this is going to be so TMI, but I haven't heard anybody else have this issue, so I'm just going to say it. It only happened one time, and I literally had like projectile diarrhea. It was horrible. I woke up to it. It happened throughout the night. I was really worried about it, so I was researching a bunch of stuff, and it was normal as far as what it said online, so I didn't worry too much about it. Week 8, I started getting hair everywhere. Like, my stomach is a little more hairier than it usually is. Since I have dark hair, I'm a little more self-conscious about it. I had really, really bad morning sickness to where I could barely even move. I was absolutely miserable. So yeah, and then at 9 weeks, I was really moody. This is when I had my first ultrasound with my OB. Her name is Dr. O'Hagan. She's great. I had her when I had a Bartholin cyst. She was just really great when I was at a different doctor's office, but when I heard that she was here, I moved over here. Went to her at 9 weeks. I'll show you that ultrasound as well. I was just really moody at that stage. I was still really nauseous, but not quite as bad. I was really tired, and I was really bloated. The baby was measuring perfectly at 9 weeks, right on the dot, and it was 177 beats per minute, which was fantastic. But here is some, so like this is it when it first popped up on the screen. Kind of looks like a little bean is what I call it. And then this one is kind of more into depth of what the baby looks like. They had cute little hands and arms, and they were moving throughout the ultrasound. It was super cute, as to why I'm super excited for tomorrow. So 10 weeks, I was moody. My nausea was still there, but I really wasn't getting sick anymore. Same thing, fatigue and bloated. At 11 weeks, it was pretty much the same as week 10, but I did have a vomiting spell. It was over like a weekend. I thought I had the flu, actually. It really freaked me out. But it was every time I would eat something that turned my stomach, I would get sick immediately, and then I would really actually and honestly go back to the table and continue to eat the same thing that made me sick, and then after I got sick, it didn't make me sick, so at the same time, a win. At 12 weeks, I was moody, sleepy, I was nauseous but not so bad, I was bloated, and it was almost like I popped overnight. I really wasn't seeing any kind of bump coming along until I was 12 weeks. It was literally like the morning of that I was like, ooh, there's a baby there. And that is really the week where I started feeling pregnant, like, just because it was more real for me, I think, with the stomach. But other than that, I definitely knew I was pregnant by the symptoms I was having. At 13 weeks, I was pretty happy. I did have another vomiting episode that was not so bad. It happened only in a day. I think I got sick like twice. Around this week I had really frequent urination, like I'm waking up at least twice in the middle of the night now, 2 to 4 times. I'm really tired all the time, but not to where I have to take a nap. And then I am always hungry, literally. I'm always hungry. But so the past week I've been not experiencing very much other than the fact that having frequent urination. I'm happy. I'm sleepy, but not to where I need to take a nap still. I'm really hungry. I did weigh myself this week. I was 130.4, so I'm gaining my weight back. And I did kind of start to feel a little bit of flutters. It kind of feels like when I get nervous for something, I get butterflies in my stomach. It's kind of like what it felt like. It doesn't happen all the time. I think it's literally happened maybe a whole 2 times that I've been able to feel it. But yeah, so that's super exciting. This Thursday, so November 21st, I will be 15 weeks. Another like 3 to 5 weeks I get to find out the gender, hopefully, unless magically I can find out tomorrow at my appointment at 15 weeks pretty much. But yeah, so that is a little bit of insight. I will put all my bump pictures in here as well. But yeah, so this is just a second video to go with the first one, and then from now on every week I'm going to do really a lot better with this pregnancy vlog, weekly updates, just because it's just something that I've wanted to do when I got pregnant, just to be able to look back onto when I go to have another child, or just to help other people have a little bit of relief. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions or requests, that you can I'm more than happy to answer them. Sorry, I had a brain fart. But yeah, other than that,